door gap right here is a little tighter from everything being pushed forward.
I stay putting in that work. Everything I get, I murk. You can tell by the way I walk, I ain't just talking about it. I stay putting in that work. Everything I get, I murk. You can tell by the way I walk, I ain't just talking about it. I stay putting in that work. I'm up in the morning, like 5 in the morning, I'm already on it. So when you just getting out of the box, boy, I'm rounding the corner.
So I have a 2018 Honda CRV. This one got smacked real good in the back. It's getting a new lift gate, but all of this area is all shoved in. It caused buckles in the quarter panel from everything moving all the way up through this area. So, and even the door gap right here is a little tighter from everything being pushed forward. So I'm going to put this one in clamps and go ahead and measure the frame, see exactly what direction to pull everything. I'm sure it's out, but I don't know if it's up or down. I think it's all pushed up, but we'll find out when we measure it. So they have measurements of where they want these clamps put, and you measure from the center of the rear wheel forward. This one's at 655 millimeters, and this one's at 2,000 millimeters. So right about there. So this is the measuring turtle. I believe they call it a turtle. And it goes on this track. And that's what I use to actually measure the frame of the car. I have to go in the computer and I pick 5 undamaged points in the center section of the car, and that will align the measuring machine to the car so it knows where the car is sitting. But then I could go to the back of the car and make my measurements and see what's moved and what direction I need to pull everything. Start with this point right here, and it tells me what size cup I need to use to put over the bolt. So I have to pick a 19, and I take an arm. And there's my point. Alright, now the measuring system is centered to the car. So now I could come to the back here and make some measurements and see where all this is at. So it turns out the frame is actually within spec, perfect on this thing. So the actual frame rail and everything is right where it's supposed to be, which surprises me, but that's a good thing. So it must all be in the structure right here. So I'm gonna grab all this structure and start pulling it out, and then I'll cut off this rear body panel. So this isn't a perfect measurement, but it gives you a pretty good idea. I'm going from a point up there to a point on the rear body panel. And then I come over to this side and compare it side to side. and it's just about dead on. Here's a little trick for you guys. I take a piece of mechanics wire and I run it across 2 holes inside of here, and it holds my blanket back, so it keeps the interior of the car protected while I start cutting the back of this apart. Keeps all the crap from going up in there and the sparks and all that, and it holds the blanket back out of your way at the same time. I'm pausing on that rear body panel just for a few minutes. I'm going to put together, they just painted this bumper cover. I'm going to put this Prius together so it could go home today, and then I think there's one more I'm going to put together as well. Get these cars to their owners today. All right, one more. Now I have a Toyota Yaris. They just are finishing up the bumper cover. It's coming out of the paint booth now, and I'm gonna throw this one together. Get some tail light, reinforcement bar, and a bumper cover. Another small one. So this car has these aftermarket little wheel moldings that go on here. So you actually buy this stuff in a roll, and I take the old one and I sit it next to it to get the right length, and that's how I cut the new one. Then I'll stick it on there. So a lot of times these step pads, they're double-sided taped. They actually have a mark to center it, so you get exactly where it's supposed to be. Makes it easy. That's a wrap on this one. So I'm back to this Highlander from yesterday's episode. I repaired the rear door and the rocker panel on this one.
Previously on Inside the Body Shop.
A dent in the rocker panel down here. I can hold my straight edge up now and I can see that it's almost perfectly straight now. I was waiting on a front door, which the front door just showed up a little bit ago. So I'm gonna go ahead and fit this up. I wanna make sure it lines up with this rocker panel correctly. It should, but I want to double check, so I'm going to fit. looks like it's lining up good. I got the door all taken apart. It has a couple hours cleanup on it, a couple minor dents and some scratches on it. I'm gonna clean that up in the morning and I'll get all of this primed up. But that is a wrap for the day. I will talk to you guys tomorrow.
Oh, I stay putting in that work.